One, I'm confused, and two, put off by him asking me to contribute to rent. Of course you're put off, of course. It's to the point where I feel a bit cold and unfriendly towards him, like it's taken a bit of romance off from my side. Gold digger! Hi guys, IDOWorkHereLady, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I have a story for you titled, Boyfriend makes $230k a year more than me, wants to move in together and is asking me to pay rent. For context here guys, this is the female writing, she's 34, and the male in question, her boyfriend, is 37. Start off with her saying, I'm a freelance artist. I'm established and have steady work, but I'm self-employed and my monthly salary isn't consistent due to the nature of being a freelancer. My boyfriend already knows my financial situation and I've shared with him my annual salary. He makes 230 grand more than me. Okay, so far so good. We're currently looking to live together. When he asked me to live together, he mentioned that he'll be more than happy to cover the rent, and the rent's around $2,500 here, right? As he knows he makes more than me. He asked me what I would be comfortable with contributing in finances, and I said I'd be happy to cover the cost of groceries, which is around, between $300 to $500 a month. I also do 100% of the cooking when we're together, and I've expressed that I do generally enjoy cooking. Food is love for me, and I'm very happy to create meals that satisfies both our tastes and for good nutrition. Okay, right. I gotta laugh because right off the bat, cooking food is not really a contribution because you guys can share cooking food. But okay, let's read the rest of the story, right? Just to understand exactly where she's coming from. So I don't contribute as much financially for obvious reasons, but I feel I make up for it with cooking. And I also manage a lot of our shared social life. He doesn't really have any friends in town. So occasionally we meet up with some of my friends for drinks or games. Also, my family lives in town, so we occasionally spend time with them. So I feel like I do So I feel like I contribute in other ways outside of money. Shut the front door. Are you out of your mind? So you're saying, right, I get the groceries, okay, $300 to $500, that's fine. I partially get the cooking, okay, yes. No, actually, I don't really get the cooking. But this thing that she's saying about the shared social life, that should play no part on it whatsoever. Like, fundamentally, this lady here is 34, and yes, she says she's self-employed and her work is not steady, but where's she living now? Most definitely not with her parents. So right off the bat, it's making not any sense to me. Nonetheless, he continues, given that he already had offered to cover rent if we were to live together, and given our disparity financial situations, for some unknown reason, today he asked me if I'd be willing to help pay for rent in addition to groceries. I mean, look, it's fair, right? Yes, he earns 230 grand a year, right? Now, we don't know his financial situation in terms of any sort of personal debt, but it's not going to cover most of his salary. But I would say if he would cover maybe 60-40, maybe 70-30% for all bills, but 70-30, yeah, I would say that's fair. Nonetheless, she continues, I was very put off by this as I was under the impression that our current arrangement would work out fine. I also became cold towards him because of his proposal, in a sense, made me fall out of love with him. Listen, this lady sounded more and more like a gold digger. Literally more and more like a gold digger. I know finances are important and I definitely want to contribute what I can, but I feel like it's pretty unfair to ask me to contribute even more when he makes 230k more than me. So my salary is 30k and his is 260k. Okay, so there is a huge discrepancy between both salaries. But again, him asking her to contribute, as long as they go like a 70-30, I think that's fair. 50-50, would that be fair? I mean, look, some people will say it's fair. I would say because the discrepancy is so big, 50-50, I can see how, from her perspective, it wouldn't be as fair. But again, today, I'm sure she's covering all the bills, unless she's living at home with her parents, but she's 34, and I highly doubt that's going to happen, right? But the key thing here is generally the fact that she said she felt cold towards him and falling out of love for him. Like, tell me she ain't a gold digger. What? That makes no sense. What happens if he loses his job, right? 2, 3, 4 years down the line, he loses his job, and all of a sudden, she now needs to help contribute towards it. Is she going to leave him? I mean, fundamentally, that's the question that he should be asking himself if he ever came across this post. She continues, I do pay for stuff. In addition to groceries, I typically pay for some concert tickets or baked goods, drinks every now and then. He typically pays for dinner when we go out. I felt this was fair, again, given our disparity financial situation. And he had repeatedly told me he's more than happy to pay for the bigger purchases. And again, there's nothing wrong with him paying for the bigger purchases. He just wants you to contribute more towards rent. Instead of posting in here, I would have a conversation with him and just go for like a 70-30 arrangement or a 60-40 arrangement. Again, where are you living right now? I'm sure you're covering rent and other utility bills. She continues, so that's literally all I'll say about that. And I don't consider myself a gold digger. Of course you don't, because I pay for my own things, clothes, skincare, haircut, everything. And I've never asked him to buy things from me. He's usually offered to buy me nice clothes or jewelry, and I even refuse his offers. So all he really does pay for dinners is for dinners when we go out, and I of course just like spending time with him, and I do enjoy the dinner dates. Of course you do. I trust you to enjoy the dinner dates. While I'm trying to rationalize his proposal to me to help pay the rent, it's becoming increasingly difficult for me to feel loving towards him anymore. Why? Because he wants you to pay more than just pay for your own clothes and your own makeup and your own perfume? Like, come on. Like, it's taken all my will to not admit to him that Sorry, let me read that again. Like, it's taken all my will to not admit to him that I've potentially temporarily fallen out of love for him. Lady, you should 100% go and tell him that, so this man will be free from the potential hell that he's going to experience in the next few years. God forbid, tomorrow if he loses his job or if he has a significant reduction in salary. I almost want to tell him that I don't want to eat out at all because it feels like paying for dinner for us is a chore for him. Then I certainly wouldn't want him to think that or feel resentful. Again, why are you adding? This is two completely different situations. Paying for dinner is one thing. That's him going out and doing something nice for him and you. Paying rent is a necessity. You need somewhere to live, right? She continues, how do I move forward and feel loving towards him again? I almost want to ask for the bill to be split the next time we go out. Kind of like if two friends go out to have dinner, not a couple. What's stopping you? Even as a couple, what's stopping you guys splitting the bill? Nothing. There's nothing stopping you. And to clarify at the core, I just feel like it's unfair because he makes two... Listen, it's the word unfair that made me laugh. Like, as an adult, you generally cannot use... There's very few occasions where the word unfair can be used as a sentence. And you, as an adult, contributing towards a bill, you can't use the word unfair in it. Nonetheless, she still uses that word. So she says, yep, and to clarify at the core, I just feel like it's unfair because he makes 230k more than me, and I already pay for other things that isn't rent that I feel are in my budget. That's it for today's story, guys. Let us know your thoughts and comments, and I'm out.